Step 4, titled Draft Your Literacy Narrative, associated with Focus on Writing, pages 87 through 89. One of the first things I want you to understand about Step 4 is that we estimate it will take you quite a bit longer to complete than the first 3 steps. That is, this is an assignment that will take 2 to 3 hours to complete. If you can do this all in one sitting, that's very fortunate. It's likely, though, that you will need to break this work up over several days. So you should approach it that way. You'll also notice that it is associated with some of the outcome alignment information we've seen before, but also some new outcome alignment information. So here again, we are continuing to develop reflective awareness and personal insight into your experiences with reading and writing. But we're also using direct quotations and paraphrase in your writing to help draw out meaningful insights from scholarly and textbook resources. And we're also working here to use conceptual knowledge about motive and purpose to analyze prior experiences with writing. So we will be asking more of you in this assignment fundamentally than we have so far, but you're ready for that work because you have completed the first 3 steps. In steps 1 through 3, you began informally reflecting on your experiences with writing and reading. You reflected on the types of writing you do and why you do them. That was from step 1. Your sense and your abilities with writing, step 2, and your stance or attitudes towards different genres of writing in step 3. Now your task is to draw from your reflections from steps 1 through 3 and write a master narrative that shows us how you see yourself in your relationship with various forms of reading and writing. So before we even move on, one of the basic things to understand here is that you will be asked to look back on the work you have already done so far for this class. In fact, that's a key and crucial notion for you, the idea that you will go back and look at the work you have completed for this class so far, and you'll use that as a foundation for what you'll be doing in this assignment. Any narrative needs a purpose. And to get started, you might consider any of the following purposes from your own narrative. How have your experiences with reading and writing led up to your current practices, abilities, and attitudes towards writing? What struggles and successes with reading and writing have you gone through? What purposes and motivations have reading and writing satisfied throughout your life? Given the reading and writing you've done in the past, what aspirations might you have for your future self? What kinds of purposes, motives, and attitudes do you aspire to cultivate? And how might you get there? Your narrative does not need to deal with all of these questions. Instead, you might consider any 1 or 2 of these questions as starting points around which you invent what you want to reveal. What do we expect from you? Well, we expect about 1,000 words, approximately 4 double-spaced pages. We expect you to work with some sources. That is, your narrative must quote and paraphrase and always cite relevant ideas from our textbook, and that is from our reading so far. In terms of the content, you have some flexibility here, but I expect you to focus on areas relevant to the focus of Unit 1. So you'll compose that work, and then you'll submit it through this assignment, and then you'll be ready to move on to the next step in this class.